Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a deep dive into some of the unsung heroes of 2021. Some of the clubs in multiple categories that don't really maybe get the light shone on them as much as we believe that they should. Obviously in an environment like this, we're testing brand agnostic. We're really not reacting to having any bias to one particular brand, and for that reason, we do find out which ones work better than others, and we're going to look through that today.
It's interesting because sometimes I think a club won't get the recognition because it is from a small brand. So we do have a little bit of that going on. But then you also get a brand that isn't known for a certain type of club. And I think we got a little bit of that going as well. Because I think, everyone thinks tailor-made drivers. Maybe they overlook the wedges, and I think we've got a little balance of kind of both worlds there. Yeah,
and I think, we're not really picking out today what we think are the best performers of the year. That's not the idea in this list. It's really, like we say, the unsung heroes, the surprise packages, maybe the ones that get overlooked.
Yeah, exactly that. Okay. So first off,
driver, the big dog. We believe Srixon have a driver that is as good as anything on the market. There's so many good drivers out there. It's actually so hard to get one just to completely stand out from the crowd. But any time I do, use this one, nothing really beats it. It's as good. Other ones might get the same numbers or similar numbers. But it's as good as anything really out there. And 2 major wins out of the last, 6 or 7 with Shane Lowry and Hideki. So they have a good formula coming for the drivers. Shane won, I think, with the Z785, I believe his was.
I think you're right about that.
And then Hideki was ZX5.
So he had the 5.
He had the 5 in there.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done really well with the 7. We tend to prefer that one, but Hideki's win was with the 5.
Interesting. That's a big deal though for that company, because I think a lot of people go, oh well, who's playing a Srixon driver? Who won with the Srixon driver?
That's right.
And it used to be, well, they would use a tailor-made driver anyway, but now they actually are sticking with the brand.
And it's been really since 2014 that that 7-year period, Srixon have established themselves as making some of the highest quality irons in the market, and no longer, they would have been in this conversation a few years ago. We would still be talking about how good they are, but I think now you guys know how good they are.
They're established in the irons now. They really are.
Top quality product. So the driver, don't sleep on that one. It's very, very good, and one to keep into your consideration if you're going to go and get fit.
Absolutely, yeah, no doubt.
Okay. Next up, this is an interesting one because this is one of the biggest companies in the game. It's not really Srixon maybe are battling for market share down at the maybe place number 6 or 7 or 5 or something like that in terms of the woods. There's lots of companies making good stuff. Ping are obviously always in the conversation with the big 4. TaylorMade, Callaway, Titleist, and Ping. Those just rhyme off your tongue easily. But this Fairway Wood has been really good this year.
G400, I remember we weren't super excited about the Fairway Woods. The feel and the sound weren't great, and they tend to be a bit one-dimensional, right? They were just high spin.
They were spinny and slow.
Spinny and slow,
G410 got a bit better.
Agreed.
And then I think this year they continued to get them to perform well, but the secret sauce with this one, anyone who's seen our videos with testing the Ping product, is this tagline of spinsistency. The consistency of spin rates to allow you to hit the ball a certain yardage and have some predictability to it, where there's that no surprises that we always talk about.
I mean, initially, often you'll hear those kind of taglines from companies or made up words, and you just kind of laugh and be like, oh yeah, that's great. But it actually does do that, to the point where we joke about it in videos. Oh, look at this consistency today, because it was doing it on a regular basis. It did it with the hybrid with you a couple weeks ago. And obviously when we did the full test of this Fairway Wood, you can go back and look at that. It was a similar story.
It was fantastic. So nothing really stood out to us in the hybrid categories, like a bit of an unsung hero.
Agreed. I think the big names kind of dominate that the way that they usually do.
The way they usually do. I think still Titleist and Ping really making great hybrids out there. So we haven't seen something in that category we think is an unsung hero. But on the irons, we definitely do. The Honma TR20 range. 3 heads. They also have the blade, but these 3 are kind of bread and butter for Honma. TR20V, TR20P and TR20X.
And this X is really good looking.
Great looking,
Such a good
great
looking
feeling.
club. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Alternative to a P790, is that kind of what people would think of it as?
Absolutely, yep. It's a real beauty. I remember the original one which you and I tested, which we loved.
I loved that.
Nice buttery soft feel. It flew nice and high, and
shorter blade length. I found it, like it's just
a little more boxy, wasn't it?
Just good looking at a dress.
And we were a bit worried when they replaced that when they did, because we were selling a lot of them at the time. And but I do think, in terms of building a line,
yes,
they've done a great job.
These are so
these
nice.
Three look like a family.
And it'd be a handsome combo set, would it? I mean,
yeah, you could combo up the three of them, really.
You really could. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a good combo set could just have two, but if you really wanted to do it, short irons, mid irons, and then the X and the long irons, be a great set of irons.
Plenty of pop. You've got the solid construction with the V.
With the V.
You've got the undercut cavity, very very kind of classic design. I think it's no secret that was a kind of AP2-ish design.
That's right, yeah.
And then you've got the X, again, the hollow body, which is a very popular category right now.
Is it ever? And important to say, I think, with Hanma, and we all ask the same question, even when we're taking them out of the drawer, just remind me, are these super expensive? And they're not. They're
not,
They're basically in line with Callaway and Titleist and these other brands.
A little bit less.
And a bit less.
A bit less, yeah. They're obviously known for the Brez line, which is the line, that's their flagship kind of line, mostly to their clientele in the Far
Overseas,
East.
Yep.
We don't really see too much of that stuff here. That's not really the demand that kind of we have here in North America.
Yeah.
This is more the kind of World Series lineup that we get access to, which works great for us.
Some great stuff, isn't it?
Really does. Yeah, love those.
Yeah, I would definitely say test those out. If your fitting shop has them available, I would ask. Yeah.
Definitely. With the wedges,
this is a good one.
I think these. I don't hear nearly enough about this program.
Agree.
The Cleveland Zipcore Tour Rack.
Yeah, the Tour Rack program.
The Tour Rack is basically the equivalent of what Vokey offers with their hand ground series.
Like the Wedgeworks and everything like that?
Yeah, Wedgeworks hand ground, yeah. Okay. So where you can kind of go ahead and really shape the wedges as you wish. You obviously get the standard design, comes right now, and for Titleist it's the SM8 Raw. So for Cleveland it's a Zipcore, but it does come in the raw finish, so that if you do any grind into the sole, the leading edge, top line, whatever it may be, obviously you're not taking the finish with the plating.
Of course.
Right? So you're not scarring a really good looking head. It starts in its kind of raw form.
Yeah, because it still looks, and this has got a little bit of sort of the rust and patina to it, and it looks great, and it's had some shaping done to it, and it's fantastic.
Really, really nice.
You can do stamping on it as well.
Absolutely.
And you get a cool little Tour tee on the hosel. Yeah,
and the key to the whole thing is it doesn't cost because you have to remortgage the house to get it done. A lot of the times when you've got to do this customization, it's probably not available to mere mortals.
Fair.
On the Tour vans it is. Vokey offers it. Great program, has been the program that really the only program that's offered that. This is about $15.
Which is just, club. I mean, it's like a grip upgrade basically. It's basically what it is, right? I want a multi-compound. Okay,
absolutely.
It's $15. Yeah, I think they've done a great job of having the more average consumer, and by that I mean someone who isn't extremely in tune with customization, going on the website and going, I want that. I would consider doing that. So hopefully more people will give more thought to the sole.
Yeah.
And even the top line grind, that's pretty cool.
It's
you can
really
customize
cool.
that.
Yeah. It comes in the standard shape.
Yep.
And full face.
The full face, which I think is the best looking
you
full
like
face.
The shape of that one.
I think from a dress, that's the best full toe, full groove, big toe, whatever you want to call it, wedge that's available. I just think they did a great job with it. Yeah, and good program.
So we've tested all of these clubs individually. You guys you can go back and have a look at those videos, but we did want to just do a video today, just kind of picking the top four for us, which need the spotlight on them a little bit more.
This would make a nice little bag. You just have to pick yourself a putter.
It would, absolutely.
Maybe a hybrid.
Definitely. Yeah, and as maybe before the end of the season, when we do a roundup, something, we were kind of looking at putters and stuff like that, and nothing really stood out as kind of the unsung hero yet.
Yeah.
So
it's a tougher category, right? Because as you know, it's so much about fitting. And all those putters there with good technology and a proper fitting, they can work quite well for you.
They can. So no, this is our list for now.
Love it.
And we will most likely add to it.
Yeah. And as I said, and you said, let us know if there's one that we missed that you think kind of deserves that title of maybe just the most underrated club of the year, because it is interesting to hear what you guys have to say.
Good stuff. Okay, guys, let us know your thoughts. We will be back with more, and we'll see you again soon.